sky. Put that fiber in your waist. Drink that water every day. Exercise, energize. Strength and tone at your own pace. Oh, get low, get low, get low, get low. On the carbs, on the carbs. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Take the protein to the sky. Low carb queen is here to stay. Do weight loss in your own way. Just watch the carbs that intake. Throw that processed food away. Yeah, yeah. Get low, get low, get low, get low. On the carbs, on the carbs. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Take the protein to the sky. Yeah, get low, 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 get low. On the carbs.
Hey guys.
Get low, get low, get low, get
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, okay? I don't know if it's nerves or what, but every time I start talking when I go live, it bothers my voice. Joshua, how you doing? Michelle, Zamira, hey, Miss Toy, the review. Oh, you made me feel so good. Harsha Reed. Oh, listen, I can't even start with you, Harsha Reed. Oh my gosh. First of all, hey everybody, welcome to the live. And I'm so glad to see you, so glad to have you here. Don't forget to thumbs up the live for me. And those of you out in the balcony, don't forget to thumbs up and share me out. Hey Mia, hi, nice to meet you. I'm doing good. Listen, let me start with Harjareen. First of all, I ran over there. I did not know that you did a live video. So I ran over after listening to Felicia Marie. I ran over at 11 something last night and watched that live. And I wanted to email you right then and there, but you know, it was late. I was overwhelmed. It was a lot. It was like, you know, you just don't know people's story. You don't know what people have been through. You did, Mia, you did the same, you did the same thing. My goodness. I mean, the resiliency, the testimony. It's so much I can say to that, but I do not want to get emotional. I mean, just God bless you and bless your life for real. I mean, you're already blessed. But beautiful, beautiful testimony. Oh my gosh. If y'all haven't seen it, I can't even tell you where to go. I think her name is Delilah. I think. But yeah, I found her. Exactly. I know you said that she had you messed up yesterday. And understandably so. Understandably so. Miss Toy, the review, so glad to see you. So glad to see everybody. Miss Toy, the review. I definitely, you said you had to go to bed. I understand. I was already in bed. I was just like, wow. But it's your testimony is a blessing. Miss Toy, I wanted to email you too, because you have a lot. I mean, you've gone through this journey like so many others, but you have a lot of knowledge. I definitely want to interview you if you will allow me to. So we're going to have to set a date if you're in agreement with that, to just, you know, come up here and chat and tell your story and tell your journey. And we're going to try, if and when that happens, we're going to try not to talk about education. We're going to try that too. I think my bug has left. Well, it definitely has, because tomorrow is my last day of work. So I'm so excited about that. That's my Friday. I'll be so tired some days. I come home and get a nap. So yeah, I enjoyed your live. Listen, I have a lot of stuff happen on my live. I lost people the other day. I was trying to do lunch like Kendi K, just show the camera, because usually I show the whole view. I was just trying to focus on the food and lost everybody. I don't even know what happened. The bad part about it is, Miss Toy, the review, I didn't even know that I was gone. I'm just still taping and talking. And then later on, I saw a comment from Marjorie saying, we lost you. Oh, let me go up here. Toy definitely going to see you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay, let me back up, because I don't want to. Last week, I missed a lot of stuff going on in the live, and I don't want to do that this time. Yes. Yes, that song. I wrote the lyrics to that song, but I created it in Suno. And listen, it takes a lot to create songs in Suno. Joshua is here representing. You did the same thing. Yeah, Mia said, I was like, wow. Okay, so Toy, yeah, if we get a chance to interview Mia, says she is definitely going to watch that live. Mia says, oh my goodness, you lost 145 pounds on Zepbound for year one, September 11th. Ooh, kudos to you. Congratulations. 145. That's phenomenal. If you don't mind me asking, what was your highest weight? That's phenomenal. In a year. That's phenomenal. I really loved Felicia Marie's her last video. Somebody was talking about it, and I was like, I gotta run over there and see it, because it's just difficult to get to everybody, with our regular day. But I ran over there and watched her video about her transparency in you versus me, something like that. She did in other words, comparing yourself to others. It was very, very good. I mean, it's just, this community is off the chain. Okay, whether you on the GOP one or not, it's just like you just feel a connection with people that you have not met, and it's really a good feeling. She was just, like I said, talking about that, that being competitive, and it was good, and that's what I put in the comments. Initially I felt like, okay, this has been working for everybody in the universe. When I get on it, it's not working for me, and I'm going really, really slow. At 2.5, I stalled so long, it was ridiculous. I was about to give up until I watched Alonda's video. She did a video, and I can't remember what it was about, but I needed it in that moment. And yeah, because I was just like, this works for everybody, but it doesn't work for me. But everybody's journey is different. And then I started hearing in the GLP-1 community about how if you're type 2 diabetic, you lose slower. Toy said that the other night. When I was talking about how much I've lost on the Mounjaro. So she was like, yeah, I didn't know that. And then I heard somebody else talk about it. And let's not forget, I'm going to get into these comments real quick in a second. And then I'm going to start without, because I got a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. I done took a nap. I'm woke. Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane came out the gate with her videos. Oh my gosh. I don't know if she's here. I don't know if she'll come catch the replay, but girl, queen, she came out, and that was another, this is how you know somebody has a good channel, because you got stuff to do, but you'll just go ahead on and click on another video of theirs, because you just want to see something else, because the first video that you watched was good. So she was talking about being a diabetic since the age of 14. And she is an expert on a lot of that stuff. And it was touching because unfortunately, y'all know that I had a death in my family. My little cousin, she was 58 years old, and she had one of those pumps, but she had been sick with pneumonia, and the pump or something wasn't working. So by the time they got her to the hospital, they had said the pump wasn't working for 2 days. And so unfortunately, so sad, she passed away. So she was talking about all of that, and she had control over all of that, like a oiled, however you say that, like she just, it was an engine. She knew. But I mean, she said she's been doing that since 14. Then she's also on Zepbound, so she talked about that. And last week it was good to see her face, because first she, her picture was a chicken, and then she showed us all her chickens and named them after Grey's Anatomy. Excuse me. I think Joe got a chicken named after her. Joe Sleep a Slim Down Journey. But anyway, it was good. She only has 3 videos, and I watched all 3. All right, guys. Woo, it's been a lot going on, okay? Mia, that is absolutely okay. Harjareen says you have 24 more pounds. Yes, and I heard you talking. You said that before though, but I heard that on the live. How when you got off of the medication, slowly but surely you gained that weight back. That happened to me with Ozempic when I first started Ozempic, and I've talked about that before. How I lost 46 pounds initially, and then I was experiencing some side effects, so I got off, and I gained half that weight back. I gained 20. I mean, you talk about a fight, a struggle, a keto, a low carb, all of that. Walking, I was fighting not to gain that weight back, because that was when I started it. That's when I was at my highest weight, 394. So yeah, it was a struggle. I gained half of it back, and so I've been going back and forth. But now I've gone to the other side of that plateau. I got on the scale 2 days this week. Remember, I said I'm not getting on the scale, so that's not to be shared. Although, when I put out my next video, hopefully by Friday, of everything I've been eating, I'm down another pound. That's all. But I lost that 12 or 13 pounds when I was sick, and I've been able to keep that off. So I'm happy about that. So I'm down another pound from that. So that's good. I'm glad about that. Miss Toy says, of course, anytime. Oh, listen, I mess up all the time. I feel like I'm so uncouth sometimes. Felicia Marie. Oh my gosh. You know what? You're going to stop making these tear jerking videos, okay? I'm going to need you. Woo, child. You just came out. That transparency, like I was just talking about that, that's one of them things, like people be preaching in church and you look around like, I hope don't nobody think it's me. When it really is. Lord have mercy. And you know what? You did it with love. You did it with ease. And as Kendi K says, it was a safe place. The way you did it was a safe place. Okay? Because I was feeling some type of way, not about anybody in particular, but about everybody losing weight. And here I am stalling early on. Yes, there she is. Okay. Somebody's Mia. Am I saying it right? Mia or Maya? Mia. Mia, 426.6 was your highest weight. Girl, that's a blessing. Oh my gosh. That is a blessing. I'm coming over there for sure. For sure. Felicia Maria saying hi. Yes, yes, she is. Yes, she is. For real. Yes. Oh my goodness. Everybody is saying hi. Yes, so glad to see you in the building. Yes, she did. She did that, with ease. Like I said, it was, yeah, it was wonderful. It was, because you don't want to be called out. Don't nobody want to admit that they've been comparing and all of that. But honey, the way you did it. Let's see, the new one she did. Love me some JC. Yes, Calamity Jane. Yes. Listen, I told her she's a wealth of information over there. She listen. That was good. I was like, I'm glad. She said Harjarine encouraged her, and somebody else encouraged her to go ahead on and start her YouTube journey. And I'm glad. I'm glad you did. I'm glad she did. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Inside and out. You said until today, my pictures stay my cats, but I came out today. It's all good. Listen, it's a no judgment zone, and you know, those who judge, they don't really know anything about the journey for real. Please, Maria, I see that Mia, yeah, and it's so good to see you. Oh, okay, she had her cats up before. Mia, did you do a post? Yeah, Miss Twitter Review has lost over 100 pounds too. Listen, I just can't wait to interview. If you don't know her, please get to know her, Miss Twitter, because she's lost over 100 pounds. She's gotten surgery. Oh my gosh. So congratulations. You Traces of Twan is in the building. Hey, how you doing? I saw your video today. So cute. She had her hubby. He wanted to give her the injection. He was ready to like, can't. It's so funny watching husbands and wives. It is so funny. She was like, wait a minute, wait. That was cute. That was really cute. Uh, uh, uh. Kim J, sweet life. Sweet, healthy life. Yes. How you doing? How are you? Like I said, this community is just wonderful. It really is. It's very supportive. Very supportive. You couldn't give up if you wanted to. Whether you're on a GOP one or not. Because when I first started this channel, I was not on the GOP one. Let's see, Twan said you had to replay your intro, one of your videos after here. I know, Miss. Listen, my head was so big after being over there with Miss Toy. She was talking about the intro. It definitely is a vibe. I did write those lyrics. I'm a poet, and you just got to keep playing with Suno. I wrote one for somebody, but they don't know it yet. I'm going to tell them. I want to interview them, and I'm going to tell them. I'm gonna tell them when I write, and I'm gonna share it. Kim J is speaking. It's just yes, yes, and that came from a joke because my daughter, if y'all watch my other video, the HBIC as she calls herself, she was teasing me. It was a video way back about intros. She was like, "Oh, baby boomers do intros, Mom. What's your intro? You don't have like a real, And so I was just like, get low, get low. So I started a whole song on Suno from that. But yeah, everybody's speaking. I'm gonna try to get to my notes so I can stay on task. So oh yes, guess what, y'all? Guess what? I have been invited to apply to the YouTube partnership. Woo! Yes, indeed. That's my first bit of news. Okay. I'm really excited about that. I'm trying to get up here. Yeah. I am eligible for the YouTube Partnership Program. Okay. I've reached at least 500 subscribers and earned at least 3,000 watch hours. I am on the way. Okay. It's like the closer you get, the more excited you get. You might have heard me say it before previously, my other channel. I did use growth streams to, push that forward. But this one, I kind of wanted to grow, or not kind of, I wanted it to just grow organically, through the content, through the niche, all of that niche, whatever you call it. And so we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm able to apply. And so I'm glad about that. Um, it seems like a lot of people, the comments that I do get, people like the cooking, people like the hauls, the grocery haul. So I'm really going to, do a lot more cooking, and especially because of the holidays. And so I kind of want to focus on some healthy cooking, or something that's good, but still low carb or healthy or something like that for the holidays. Some good alternatives. That's what I kind of want to focus on, and hopefully that'll work out. I forgot whose live we were in. Somebody's live talking about that, and yeah, Twan and I were on the same page. I was like, look, I'm gonna have to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, or else I'll be cooking Thanksgiving in January, trying to trying to get some sweet potato pie. You got to do what works for you. That's the most important thing. You have to do what works for you at the end of the day. And even if you have a day or a moment that you binge or whatever, it's all good. You'll get back on track, especially if you stay connected. Because y'all keep me on track more than you know. You said you didn't post. I just finally took a picture of myself and used it. Okay. Well, we will be excited to see when you post, because that's a big goal. 145 pounds and your highest weight was 426. Is Joe in the building? Kim J, everybody speaking. So glad that you've shown your face. Oh, Delilah. Yes, that's who has the live of Harjareen, is Delilah. And she's lost 233 pounds. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Wow. That is something else. Michelle and Kim, your cousins. Oh, okay. Twan says she's so glad to finally put a face to a name. Everybody is speaking. Again, if you don't know anybody or if you don't have anybody, please go and check them out. There's, again, in the words of my girl Candy K, 10 out of 10. Everybody on here is 10 out of 10. It was growth streams. Back in the day, they had growth streams where you would go in and I got a whole video, but that's on my other channel, where you go in and I think it's on the other channel. I'd be so confused sometimes. Woo. The other night, Tuesday night, I was doing Bible study and I was about to say low carb queen for the Bible study. I said, those of you who know me, just ignore that part. But we bless the name of the Lord. See? Let's move forward. Let's do some this or that. Okay? This or that. Okay? You can put shorts or S for short and L for long. Short videos or long videos. Which do you prefer? Shorts or longs? Now we know. I'm going to see what y'all say. Shorts or longs? Everybody is saying hi. Non-scale victory. Okay. Yes, indeed. I do have some of those. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying not to skip the chat because, like I said last week, I missed a lot of good stuff. I went back and was reading it. Mia said, I was like, I need to stop being shy and keep my picture. So today at the foot doctor, I took one and put it up. Well, good for you. Good. Beautiful. Yeah. It's so many people out here. Well, you asked the question. That's what I was going to ask, Twan. Oh, what's a growth stream? Oh, thank you. Yeah, because my cravings, my sweet tooth. Woo. Okay. That must be somebody. Okay. Oh, Joe is live right now. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that timing and time zone is different. Let's see. Sweet potato pie. Do you make that? Because I would love it. Yeah, yes, I do make sweet potato pie. Absolutely. Okay, did y'all put in the chat? Okay, long, shorts, both. Mia says long, Harjarine, very short. Long, yeah. Oh, you guys were on her live. Got you. Okay. Yeah. I was popping in and out of she had a couple videos. She was transforming a dress. Oh, I saw her. You know what, Harjarine? You are such a motivator. Oh my gosh. Listen, you talk about behind the scenes support. You are amazing. I saw the and Twan just started the trend, the what you call the thing, the hula hoop. You got Joe and Sir Michael up on the floor hula hooping, okay? Harjarine, Joe said, look what Harjarine sent me. Oh, she sent her the hula hoop. That was so nice and so thoughtful. And she was up there hula hooping. Because I remember when they were first talking about it, I don't know who she was talking about it to, but she was saying, I have to watch it with my equilibrium and stuff like that. She didn't know if she was ready for it. Well, honey, when she got that, she was ready. That was nice and that was amazing. But she was having too much fun. When you hear her story, and I'm sure all of y'all have, like, she's just so full of laughter. I mean, can you imagine? We're not even talking about COVID, but just being in your house confined because of weight for 5 years. And that was her journey. That's her testimony. And so now that she's been on the GLP-1, she's up, she's moving, she's out. Honey, she can, laugh. She can do whatever anybody can do whatever they want. But she's just always so full of cheer and joy and laughter. I would too. I would absolutely. That's what I'd be saying about Twine. I'd be like, when I lose 100 pounds, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Okay. Nothing. Let me stop playing. Love sweet potato pie. Yeah, it's good. And then you can use, now you can, if for the people who like it, now you can use like stevia and stuff like that. So that's a good substitute. That is a good substitute. Twan yes, she had everybody twanning. Yes. Yes, because I had bought one a while back, but I couldn't do it, so I just sent it back. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna get another one and try again. Yes, she is so bubbly. She is. Yes, every time you go to her channel, you're just gonna start smiling. Period. Oh, you purchased. Oh, okay. You purchased Bluebell's new pecan pie ice cream today. Okay. Yes. Yes, and you can definitely treat yourself. Yes, toy to review GLP-1s have saved our lives. Absolutely. Like I said before, I was desperate. I started gaining that weight back. I was desperate. Yeah, the hula hoops. Listen. Hula hoop videos. Yes. Yes, living outside. Absolutely. Okay, let me see. We said okay, so what about this one? Morning uploads or night uploads? Morning uploads or night uploads? M or N? Morning or night? Now I'm gonna tell you about me. I'm a night owl, so I do a lot of night uploads for real, in on my shorts. But that's my other channel. I'll do those in the morning. Um, but I'm a night owl, so I do a lot of night. And I find that the takeoff is quicker when I post at night. The momentum builds quicker for some reason. That's just me. Let's see. Yes, it has. Let's see. Kim J says my hubby likes a Blue Bell ice cream. I know somebody bought some what was it, black cherry Turkey Hill. I had a little bit. Then I've been kind of like you, so I'm doing it on the weekend. That's my little treat, just to get a little scoop. But the thing is, like I said previously, now for me, I'm mindful of the amount. Before it's just like pouring it on. Now I'm mindful. And all of you good people play a part in making lives better too. Listen, I feel like everyone does. I mean, like you said, everyone. It's a whole community. It's incredible. Okay, at night. Okay, so you upload at night. Mia says Twan's channel is how I found my people. That woman helped save me from myself. Woo! Well, and see, when you were talking about that, Twan, and you don't even realize that was even a confirmation for me as well, because I had prayed about this channel, because I do Pastor Kim's Corner, but I had prayed about this channel before I started it, and I was just talking to the Lord, like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to do another trend. I just don't want to be blah, 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 blah. But the Lord was saying that it's a ministry. And I was questioning myself, questioning God, and I was like saying, okay, God, so how are people going to say, how is weight loss a ministry? Like, you talking about weight loss, how is it a ministry? And here we are, that's what you call an apostolic journey. So when you were talking about it and you were saying it's your ministry, I was like, God almighty. A confirmation in the building. Do you hear me? It's a ministry, because for so long people have been neglecting their health, and health is in the Bible. I'm not going to preach. I'm not going to preach. Shundo. I'm not going to preach. Okay. But yeah, okay. So night. So when you were talking about that as it was blessing you, it was blessing me. I have been doing both to see what gets more views. Okay. Yeah. Mia said I'm up all night. Yeah. I'm trying. I've been doing better. I have an alarm on my phone at 10 o'clock and to go to bed. Yeah, right. But I try to get into bed before midnight. So I've been doing pretty good. 11:30. Night, Marjorie says, but I did do a couple of midnight uploads. Yeah. I don't know what it is, if it's a time zone or whatever, but my night uploads seem to catch momentum quicker. Okay, Felicia, Kim J is agreeing with Felicia. Okay, let's see. Butter pecan. Right, talk about the butter pecan. Twan is saying yes. We need you, Queen, just like we need all these other ladies. Oh, listen. Again, I feel like, and I've said it before, I feel like my journey is age related, because I am in my 60s. And I also feel like it's related to people who struggle, who have that up and down, up and down, up and down, you know. because sometimes when you're in the midst of that, you want to give up, or you feel like, it's just not going to work. And so that's how I feel about my journey. If any is speaking to anybody who is just like, I don't know if this is going to work for me. I don't think it can. I'm binging. I messed up. I'm exploring, because it takes time. If you really listen to people who have been on this journey, a lot of people, that's why I say you losing 145 pounds in a year, that's phenomenal. A lot of people have been on it a long time, meaning more than a year. Because I thought in the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on it and I'm gonna be on it for a year. I'm gonna get in and get out. I don't want to stay on the medication, yada yada yada. That's nowhere close. No, nowhere close. It'll be a year in January. And so it's slow and steady. And there have been times that I've been frustrated, which is one of the things I want to talk about. But like I said previously, Toy and somebody else mentioned that when you are type 2 diabetic, you do lose slower. And that was just like, okay, because I'm like, okay, I know I cheat a little bit, but I'm not really, I'm trying to stick to the program here. My portions are smaller. I'm exercising. I'm walking, but my body is like fighting me when it comes to this weight. People are losing more weight than I am. And so now I have another another solution that just makes it copable. Veronica Luscious TV, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. How are you? Haven't seen you for a minute. Mia says, no, I work third shift. I really am up all night. Oh, okay, got you. Stella, are you let? I hope I said that right. Good evening. So glad to have you in the building. Felicia, I just subscribed. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's my ministry. Yes, Veronica Luscious TV. So glad to have you. Everybody is speaking. So let me jump into. I had some more questions, some more trivia. Most people like the long. It looks like. Yeah, I wanted to jump into why weight loss may be slower on the GLP-1 for people with type 2 diabetes. Now, again, when I talk about my channels, it's like I never thought, because today is injection day, I never thought that I would be injecting myself. No way. I could never be a nurse, anything in the medical field, because I would be crying and, squeamish and all of that. So the fact that I'm doing it is saying that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And, it looks, and it puts me in the mindset of an EpiPen, so you don't actually see the needle. You could see it if you open it up, on the inside, and it's a little pinch. It's not that big of a deal. So that's the first thing, because a lot of people, they're like afraid of the injection. People have talked about, different side effects. And like I said previously, I did have a side effect on Ozempic, but honestly, when I look back, it was probably because I wasn't drinking enough water. And I didn't know that at the time. My kidney levels were dropping and I just was like, that's it. But had I been drinking even the amount of water that I'm drinking now, that probably wouldn't have happened. And Ozempic was good. So some of the reasons might be, number one, insulin resistance. Higher insulin levels slow fat breakdown, making weight loss slower at first. So that just tells me to stay the course. Let me see. Oh, it's a lot of comments in here. Let me see, because I don't want to miss them. People are saying hello, hello. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying right there with Miss Toy. She said it took me almost 2 years to lose 100 pounds. Yeah, and that's what people who are not on the GLP-1s and they hear about it and stuff like that, a lot, because that was me. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to get on this and I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a few months, yada, yada, yada. No, baby. No. That did not happen, and it's not going to happen. Um, as Twan and others say, you got to put in some work. You have to put in that work, and if we are in fact going to change that lifestyle in the long run, we got to put in the work. Y'all might have heard me say this before. I told my mom, my mom, let me see, she passed. She's been gone, 20 years. This is 2025. And I told her in my 40s, I said, I'm headed to my 50s. I didn't really listen to you that much. In my 20s, didn't listen to you in my 30s. Yeah. I said, but I'm ready to listen to you now as I head towards my 50s. I'm ready to listen to you. She said, all that food you've been eating is about to catch up with you. You better get that weight in order. I was like, thanks a lot, Mom. Thanks a lot. So here we are, 20 years later, with the same struggle. People are speaking. Kim J says, spreading the love of God to the people. There's a lot of inner healing needed. So ushering God's presence within the community by showing love, praying for people, sharing and caring, etc. is perfect. Yes. Yes, it is. And I know I heard that you do that as well. Because again, Felicia Marie, she was talking about you, how she was saying that, y'all, I try to comment. That's why I be giving shout out to people that comment, because I know. And sometimes, like I say, at the end of the day, when I'm getting into bed, I'll put YouTube on my TV. But I be listening, knowing what's going on. She was saying how you incorporate ministry in this journey, and it is a ministry. And she was saying, she had never. I'm talking about you, Felicia Marie, and you in the building. But that video you made when you were giving kudos to Kim J. That Kim J helped you, be free to talk about the Lord in addition, to your channel. Just talk about the Lord freely. Okay, I digress. Mia, yes, the Lord has other plans for us. Woo, I want to lose 250 pounds. So 145 is a good start for me. But honey, I'm still working on all things to keep it going. It's an up and down battle, not all loss. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, 145 pounds, that's phenomenal. That's a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. You have to feel good. You have to feel good. Veronica says, I'm doing fine. I just been working. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes. My condolences to you. My condolences to you. Yes. Well, I'm glad to know that you're doing okay. Yes, indeed. Okay. Felicia is talking to Kim J. Yes, people. Okay. Stella says, yeah, you're type 2 and it's a slow process. Yeah. Yeah, because I was not excited in the beginning about this 1 or 2 pounds. I was like, people are like, yay, I lost a pound this week. Yay, I lost a pound. I'm like, what? A pound? Come on, people. I was not excited about that. I was just like, okay, when I went to a nutritionist, they were saying you can lose, 2 pounds a week. That was before GLP-1, but it's a process. It's a process. And I think the first process and the first thing for me, being a boomer or whatever, is, that admission of needing help. You don't know how many people that I've had conversations with that say, including myself, I'm gonna be transparent, including myself, pre-GLP-1, no, I'm not gonna take any medicine. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna eat right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I don't want any more medication in my body. Yada yada yada. So the admission of needing a tool to help is a great start. That's a great start. And overcoming that fear, that's a biggie. And so that's just how I feel about it. People are saying, sorry for your loss. Toy is saying, It's because the medication is fixing other things in your body. Now that your A1C is normal, the weight will come next. Remember, weight loss is a side effect. See, side effects of this medication. Girl, you be breaking it down. Yes, and that you have to remember that. That is so true. It is a side effect of the medication. But this is what I thought. I thought Ozempic was for diabetes primarily. And because that side effect was that you lose weight, then they got approval to create Zepbound, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and added a something to suppress your appetite to that it was not just specifically. Now I know that it is because I've heard people, and my doctor, when I first asked for Zepbound, she said, you probably need to apply for Mounjaro. Your insurance will probably pay for Mounjaro over Zepbound. So Mounjaro was specifically for type 2. And Zepbound was for something else. I can't remember. But yeah, one gets insurance preferences over the other. But we have to remember, I have to remember that it is not a weight loss medicine. It is a medicine for type 2 diabetes, and that is the side effect. Although we are admittedly taking it for that. Okay? We need clarity. Kim J says, sounds like the ER doctor told me. Sounds like what the ER doctor. Drinking the right amount of water helps to protect your kidneys. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I get it now. Yeah, Twan, 1 year and 9 months. And see, that's why I say people don't know the journey. They see, they see the after effects and look and admire. But if they go back and watch the videos, they will see that journey and see that, listen, listen, you was walking and exercising until you almost injured yourself. And you're not the only one. Bellflower, hi, how are you? She's saying hello. The beautiful Josie was slim down, and Miss Toy recently sent me over. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad you're here. Yeah, it's an old lady over here trying to lose some weight. I have a friend who's older than me, and she got the weight loss surgery. She's probably, she's older than me. We're real friends, not YouTube friends. And when she got it several years ago, she was in her 60s. And so I said to her, I said, what's the one, tell me one thing, about this whole thing. And she said, I wish I would have did it sooner. The weight she got, I forgot which one she got, but she did get a weight loss surgery. And that's what she said. She said, I wish I would have got it sooner. So I feel like that with some of, with the GLP-1, don't put it off. If you're thinking about it and your doctors will approve it, go for it. I mean, you don't have to stay on it. It's not a written law. If you don't like it or if it's not working for you, then, don't do it. But Felicia says, oh, Veronica, I'm deeply sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why it's the insulin resistance, metabolic adaptation. The body may lower its calorie burn. Yes. Yes and yes. Muscle mass loss. Losing muscle can slow metabolism. Encourage resistance training. So all the stuff that the weight loss, my weight loss doctor is telling me, it comes in handy. I decided, and we're going to get to that. Last week I was asking if you would to just write one sentence a day, in your phone or in a journal, whatever. And I know one of my sentences, I think it was Monday, was like, look, I got to get moving. If I'm not going to be outside walking anymore, then I'm gonna have to go back to exercising in the house. So I did get up and exercise, and it made me feel so much better. Exercising speeds up my metabolism. Because sometimes I'm walking around like, oh, between the medication and the low calories. Medication impact. This is another reason why the weight loss might be slow. GLP-1s work on blood sugar and appetite, but often produce slower weight loss in people with type 2 diabetes than those without. Yes, focus beyond the scale. Celebrate the non-scale victories like the A1C. Yeah, my A1C is down. I think it's 5.4 or 5.1, something like that. Lower blood pressure. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm on blood pressure medication. I'm trying to get off of that. And I'm also on a medication for underactive thyroid. I don't know if I'll ever, well, by faith, I will be able to get off of it. But I've been on it for so long. And if I don't take it, I can definitely tell the difference. What has been your biggest non-scale victory? What's been your biggest? Anybody, your biggest non-scale victory? Because we know, we focus so much on the scale. So what is the biggest non-scale victory that you've had so far? People are saying hi as I wait for those answers. Yeah, like I said, Mia, that unfortunately that pain does not go away. It subsides just a little. That's where that's where my faith comes in. That's where my faith comes in, because my mother, she passed from cancer, and so it was just like she, you don't want her to suffer. You want her to. I had a conversation with God. That's Lorna doing in the background. I'm live just in case. I had a conversation with God. I was like, look, what's going on? This is my mom. This is my best friend. You got to do something here. You got to do something. So it was deep. But you don't want your loved ones to suffer. Definitely not. You don't want to lose them, but definitely don't want them to suffer. So my condolences to you. Thank you so much. Twan says there's one difference. Ozempic stops at 2 milligrams. Wegovy stops at 2.4. They're the same. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That's why you gotta, you gotta know this stuff. Felicia said, yes, I have to remind my dad all the time not to compare his weight loss to mine. He's on Mounjaro. I'm on Zepbound. 2 different journeys. Is he losing weight slower than you? Kim J says, similar to Twan, I too had to back off walking because it was too much on my knees. Yeah, I had to chill. Yeah, I get it. that knee situation is a real thing. Thank you, Kim J. Yeah, I had always been borderline. They just kept saying pre-diabetic, 6, between 6 and 6.5. And so I had to get a new, what do you call it, nurse practitioner. And she was just like, no, you're diabetic. I'm like, no, I'm not. But then I said, okay, I'm going to be diabetic so I can get this medication, okay? Whatever you want to call me, let's do this, because I will not be gaining weight. I will not go. Anytime previously, like, I'm past that plateau, but anytime I was like at 350, I would be so like, I can't go up. I cannot, So that's why I want to get like into the 2s so that I'll have enough room that if I start slipping, because once I get into the 2s, baby, I will never see the 3s again. Ever. It's a done deal. All right. So here we go. That's how I have to talk to myself. That's how I have to talk. Like, no, it won't happen. Felicia says, biggest non-scale victory is being able to be physically active in my family's lives. Woo! Yes, that's wonderful. That is wonderful, because people don't realize, people who are obese, plus size, whatever we're calling ourselves these days, we have different types of pain, and we adapt to dealing with that pain. When you talk about knee pain, please. I have to be careful of the shoes I wear. Have y'all seen the I Don't Care Club? I think it's on Instagram for perimenopause, postmenopause. Look, I am definitely a part of that group. I don't care that my shoes do not match my outfit. You ever see the old ladies? It's so funny how you laugh at stuff or look at stuff or snicker or whatever you do. Y'all probably never done any of that. But when you see old people and you just be like, oh, they look so nice, but why they got some shoes on? Because, I've been in church a long time, so I see a lot of stuff in church, But now I'm one of those people. I am a Croc queen, okay? I hated Crocs. I thought those were the most ugliest shoes that you've ever seen, honey. Now I have Crocs with fur. Listen, that was my foot hit the stand. I love Crocs. And that's why I said I'm a part of I Don't Care, because, honey, I don't care that my shoes don't match. I'm not wearing heels. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing shoes that hurt my feet, that are tight or whatever. I do have some comfortable shoes. Don't get me wrong. I know how to dress, but for the most part, I don't care. I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. I am a member of the polyester club, okay? Now everything, was she and back in the day, you saw a lot of the old ladies wearing polyester, so they didn't have to iron. That's young and old today. I digress. Here we go. Kim J says my A1C is going from 15.1. Yeah, I heard you say that. Diagnosis back to 5.6 in 5 months. That is phenomenal. That's phenomenal. My goodness. That's wonderful. Bellflower. Biggest non-scale victory. I no longer stop breathing in my sleep. Sleep apnea all but cured. That's a biggie. That is a biggie. My doctor keeps asking me to take that test. I'm like, no, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm so sorry, but I'm not. I'm not ready to take it. And she's like, why not? I'm like, because I'm not. I know they have different types of machines now, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there. Baby steps for me, baby steps. Michelle's mirror, going up and down the stairs without getting out of breath. Kudos. Yes. All these things, make a big, big difference. A big difference. Stella says, my biggest non-scale victory is I can wear small. What? Size 8. Kudos to you. Woo, I got to get me some pom-poms. My biggest non-scale victory is I can wear smaller clothes. That's a biggie. That is a biggie too. I got some stuff I've been putting on, trying to see if it fit. Some things I couldn't fit. Some things I can, and some things are tight. I'm not quite there yet. Harjari, my biggest non-scale victory, going back to school and making A's. Yes. I heard you say you're a real estate school. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. I love to see people just live their lives with peace and joy. I do. Kim J, kudos to all the non-scale victories in the chat. Great work, ladies. To God be the glory for what he has done. I know that's right. Felicia said, yeah, he's losing slower than you. Okay. Non-scale victories are very rewarding, and they take the focus, again, off that scale and let you know that, you're doing something. You're making changes. Kim J said, Queen, you have me laughing when you speak to him. Yeah, I'm a little rebellious. I'm old, y'all. I'm old school. We got home remedies and, they just want to medicate you. It's hard for me in my 60s to talk to somebody who is in their late 20s, early 30s, telling me what to do. That's just difficult for me. Now, they are the expert. I didn't go to med school. I'm not an idiot. I know that they know stuff. But at the same time, I also know that a lot of the healthcare is now a business. Okay. And so the more they push, and I don't care what the motive is, whether it's money, whether it's whatever. If the more they push certain things on you, it just, it just doesn't work for me, you know, because we get addicted to the stuff, and it's hard to get off. It is, and it's. Oh, I digress. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctors, okay? Listen to your doctors. That's all I'm gonna say. Felicia says, "I'm cheering you on, Queen. You will hit Wonderland." Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I will hit Wonderland if December hits and I'm like, 312 or something like that. I will be starving myself to hit Wonderland, okay, by the 31st. Trust and believe, okay? I will be a hangry somebody in this house, but I will hit Wonderland in by the end of December. Queen, and that's on period. You will never, no, never, ever, ever. Yes, to God be the glory. Yeah, you got to tell yourself. I listen. You have to. Marjorie said, "Yeah, I was so scared when I got my machine. The one I have, it does not cover my entire face." Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Kim J said, "I didn't like Crocs either, but I think they're growing on me too now. But I need the ones that are smooth." Yes, yes. That's why I try to get the ones with the fur. Because they're smoother. Last year we bought the girls and I, we had Christmas Crocs for everybody and pajamas. You couldn't tell us nothing. We were so excited for my youngest, Shell, and I. We started wearing our Crocs before Christmas set in, before Christmas got here. Auntie Mama's in the kitchen. Auntie Mama's in the building, okay? This is my ride or die, y'all. This is my ride. I love Auntie Mama. That's my sister. I can't say my friend. That's my sister friend. I love Auntie Mama. Y'all don't have Auntie Mama, go scoop her up, okay? She is a support of supporters. Let's see. Your non-scale victory meal, losing 13 plus inches just from my waist. Good grief. That is definitely a non-scale victory. Yes. Y'all know I want to lose my arms. Anybody got any solutions? Everybody, they call them the whatever, bat wings. And that's another thing. When you start losing this weight, you don't get a choice of what goes first. Your body just decides. You know what I'm saying? Like you lose more weight in this arm than you do in this arm. One boob is smaller than the other. One side of my stomach is losing more than the other. I'm like, okay, I want the weight loss, but I want it proportionally, please. Like we've got to do something. And I know I'm gonna wait for it. I know somebody's gonna be like, you gotta exercise, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But yeah, you don't get to choose what part just goes. Like one day, one of my daughters was teasing me because one of my calves. So I'm like, this is how the girls do. One of my calves was bigger than the other. I was like, Mom, I'm like, shut up. You on your way to BS Bible study. Okay, I got you. On your way to Bible study. Why you do that to me, Auntie Mama? All right, here we go. Bellflower says, Hargerine and that I was more scared of waking myself up because I couldn't breathe. Then set up all night because I was scared to go back to sleep. That's what pushed me to the sleep study. Okay. Yeah, somebody else recently, I think Alonda recently did a sleep study. Somebody recently did and found out that they were like waking up so many times during the night. Yes, Hargerine is agreeing. Bellflower is agreeing with Hargerine and Kim J. To God be the glory. Yes, yes, that is my ride or die. Auntie Mama. You can catch her early in the morning. Yes, Auntie Mama, right? She'll have you cracking up. Yes, indeed. Early in the morning. She is an early bird. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, so some of those were some of the reasons why um, the GLP-1 community, that's a type 2, that it has type 2 diabetes, will lose weight slower. Insulin resistance, metabolic adaptation, muscle mass loss, medication impact, but don't worry about that. Just focus on beyond the scale, okay? I had just a couple of trivia questions. I'm so excited. I'm so close. My goal was to be monetized by the end of September. Whether I get there or not, I'll be able to say, okay, my goal was September and I was monetized a week after, 2 weeks after, a month after, whatever it is what it is. I'm just excited. All right, so I've got some trivia questions and then we're going to be on our way. Whoever's coming in, huh? I'm live. What'd you say? What'd you say? Who's that? I knew it was you.
You on the camera?
Yeah. What's going on? What, you got a package?
No.
Oh. Okay. Why, you need something? All right, this is our trivia question, guys. Let me see if I can get this up here. Oops. Oops. Did y'all see that answer already? Hold on, let me go back. So, the first question is, let me share my screen again real quick. It's not going to let me be great. Felicia timed out. Oh, yeah. Bible study. Okay, so let me get over here. And let me bring this back over here. Why y'all playing? I'm trying to share my screen real quick without giving y'all the answers. Without Coach B Reed in the building. How you doing? Oh, Auntie Mama was cooking some fried fish. Thank you. Fried fish and grits. All right, we're going to see. We're going to try to do this right here. Let's see. All right, the first question. You can put an A, B, or C, or strawberry, orange, or something green for spinach. Which has more vitamin C per cup? More vitamin C per cup. Strawberries A, oranges B, spinach C. Which one? A, B, or C? Somebody's putting C, B. All right, let's find out what it is. It's A, strawberries. Strawberries. They have the most vitamin C per cup. All right, next question. Which food has the most fiber per serving? Popcorn A, oatmeal B, broccoli C. My first thought is oatmeal, but I don't know. Broccoli. I'm gonna go with C. I don't know for sure. For real. Which has the most fiber per serving, popcorn, oatmeal, or broccoli? Let's see. Broccoli, Harjarine says. Somebody says B. Somebody says C for broccoli. Let's see. What? Popcorn? Get out of here. I did not know that. Now, if it's wrong, y'all gonna have to argue with chat, okay? Chat GPT. All right. So let's see. Um, which nuts has the most protein per ounce? Almonds, walnuts, or peanuts? Almonds, walnuts, or peanuts? A for almonds, B for walnuts, C for peanuts. Most protein, interesting. Almonds, somebody says B. Twan, let me see. Twan said, I don't. Oh, she was timed out? This Twitter reviews. You said about the answer? No, I feel like I want to Google that. Oh, let me see. Okay, let's see what the answer is. The answer is peanuts. I don't know why she was timed out. I don't know what happened. You know what? I'm going to get rid of Nightbot. I don't even have Nightbot on, I didn't think. Timed out. I'm just catching what y'all saying that she was timed out. Yeah. Oh man. I didn't even see that. Felicia, you in timeout. Oh my goodness. And I turned all of that off. I'm just gonna get rid of it. All right, let's see what the next one is. Let's see, we got a couple more to go. How long does it take your brain to register fullness? Now, I always thought it was 20 minutes, but we won't find out. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes? Which one? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes? 5, 10, or 20? I'm so sorry about that, Felicia. Time out. Let me see. Somebody said tonight, but I be tripping about you. Yeah, but I took that off. Before I started, I made sure that I took that off. You know, all I want Nightbot to do is, and I have to go over to the Ninja Turtle to figure that out, is to show me how to, what I can, I want to be able to say, type in blah, 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 so that your link will drop, you know? That's all I want to do with Nightbot, but it's doing so many other things. It's really getting on my nerves. All right, so let's see. The answer is 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's right. All right, one more. One more. How much of the human body is water? How much of the human body is water? A, 30%, B, 60%, C, 80%. 30, 60, or 80? Okay, we've got an 80. You just set it up? Oh, okay. Twan says she did it by mistake. Okay. Okay. All right. So A, B, or C? Let's see what we got here. 60% B. 60% of our body is water. Wow. All right, I'm gonna save the rest for the next time. So I think I covered everything. I think I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. We talked about me being invited. I'm eligible to apply for the YouTube partnership. Whoop, whoop. We did some this or that, um, comparing like, should we upload in the evening versus in the morning, long videos versus short videos. Um, we talked about the GLP-1. Oh, I know the last thing I wanted to talk about was, remember I asked people to just, write something down, one little thing. If you did, fine. If you didn't, it depends on whether or not you're a journal person, just to write a thought a day. Yes, I'm going to get the super chat. Um, yeah, I'm going to get that super chat. I have to set it up. I have to figure out, what to do. Because they keep sending me the email, you're now eligible. And then when I go over there, click on it, it's saying something different. I probably have to get one of my daughters to help me. And last but not least, I have to take my injection. I'm able to apply. I'm not fully monetized yet. So I'm on the road. I've got my 1,000 subscribers, and I'm in the 3,000s for my watch hours. So I'm getting to the 4,000s. I'm climbing up, and not on the rough side of the mountain either. I'm just climbing. So I'm getting there. Okay, let's see. You said, now stack up videos and wait until it's approved to make them public. So that is so smart. My goodness. That's a good one. You know what? I do not be playing, okay? That is a good one. Yeah, so we have to talk about stacking videos and batching shorts and stuff like that. It is exciting. This is my second channel for monetization, you know, and I can definitely talk about the difference. Like I said previously. So I'm excited about that. I really am. Speaking of coach, Twana, speaking of coach. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, so for my journal, I do, like I said, just writing one sentence, one thought. On Thursday, I wrote, because I did this, I asked about this Wednesday after I did the live. So on Thursday, I wrote, when I don't eat breakfast, I get nauseous. And if you want to put one thing you wrote, or if you want to put a thought that you had this week, please put that in the comments, on your journey this week. On Friday, I wrote, regardless of how I feel, I've got to move my body. Coach, you'll love that, won't you? I've got to move my body. You know, Saturday, I put, I'm snacking too much. Sometimes on the weekends, I feel like, oh, it's free. I can do whatever I want. But my snack cravings, they're just my sweet cravings. I've got to get a handle on that. That's why I say I'm an all or nothing person. I cannot treat myself. Now, I'm going to be making more sweets though. I'm going to be making more healthy sweets. So don't judge me if I'm using the stevia or the erythritol or the Lily's chocolate chips. I got to do something, okay? Because if not, I'm going to be Tootsie rolling it. And I'm not talking about the dance, okay? you know, 5 Tootsie Rolls, little mini Tootsie Rolls is 23 carbs. You just my brain just takes that and runs with it. That's not good. So that's why I said Saturday I'm snacking too much. Sunday, eating a lot more on 10.0. Maybe I shouldn't make Sunday dinners, but now everyone is looking forward to them. Going into the holidays, I said I was going to start cooking on the weekend. It hasn't really been that bad. Cornbread, the girls make rice, and I didn't have rice this past Sunday. I made turkey chops. That's my next video that's coming out on Friday with my Mounjaro injection. Them turkey chops are good. If you got a meat market somewhere, go get you some. Monday, I need more energy. I have to get more movement in. If I'm not going to, remember I was telling y'all earlier, if I'm not going to walk, then I'm going to have to do my exercise in the house. And I prefer to do it in the morning because for some reason it gives me more energy when I do it in the morning. On Tuesday, exercising in the morning feels really good. I did end up exercising. I didn't do it today. So I'm going for 3 days a week. Okay, so I know I'm going to walk on Friday. I exercised on Tuesday, not today. So that means I should exercise tomorrow when I get up or Saturday before the week is out. Just 3 days. Just a small goal of 3 days. I'm back to square one. And today I'm trying to listen to my body again, meaning that, on the 10.0, just trying not to override that feeling of fullness and continue to eat, even though I have 4 more injections. I got another box of 10.0. I'm titrating up after that. Let's see. Thank you, Coach. Let's see. You said you were slimming, Kim. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, turkey chops. Because I was craving some pork chops. We can't do that pork. So, but guys, I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me. You have no idea how much it means to me. I'm doing my injection in my thigh because that's where I get my most, that's where I get the most, the most suppression. Last week I did it in the top of my thigh, because we looked at the box and everything. That didn't do it exactly for me. And like I said, look, the thigh is so big, you can get away. That's where a lot of my weight is, in my thighs. I carry a lot of weight in my thighs. All right, so I'm going to give myself this injection. I'm not I'm not brave enough yet to show it on camera. I'm not brave. All right, here we go. Ooh, wait. See, when I feel that needle, then I know. When I did it on the top of my thigh last week, I didn't really feel that needle. It did leave a little bubble, but I didn't feel it as much. But I definitely felt that in the side. Yepper. So that's it. We on the 10.0 journey once again. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I absolutely love this community. Blessings to all of you. And you definitely have my love and support. Anything I can do to encourage you, please let me know. Toy, I'm going to email you so we can get that interview going. Y'all, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm working on it now. I just don't want to go eat a bunch of chips. Y'all have a good night. You know how people tell you losing weight? You find, I could cheat a little bit. Queen, I'm for sure going to try the journaling for at least a little bit. You made it easier sharing your journal entries, short and to the point, yet it can be powerful and thought-provoking. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm out the door. Low carb journey, low carb life with your low carb queen. And remember, every day it's a new beginning. Bye-bye.